Yes, I can't believe we got away with it, CR8. Nico's not gonna know what hit him. You said it, CR8. Sometimes I feel like you're the only one that gets me.
Adrian Jensen, you should have known better than to steal my tacos.
We're hit! CR8, save yourself!
Hi, I'm Chris.
I don't believe it.
Yep, it's me.
Hey, and I'm Adrian from
Whoa.
ProductionCrate.com. Good morning, Chris.
I haven't seen the old Star Wars, like the second trilogy in a while, but I remember Dooku and how he does his Force lightning and is the least intimidating Force lightning I have ever seen.
The amount of enthusiasm that Count Dooku shows for shooting Force lightning is similar to the amount of enthusiasm that you're showing for recording this tutorial right now.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm all about Palpatine. The dude is clearly having fun using his Force lightning. This guy is having a grand old time.
It's true, he loves it.
He does.
He loves it. And that's
Even though he may be a clone, which makes no sense.
Just like we do anytime we're doing an effect that glows, we shot this with some special practical effects lighting. In this case, it was two small strobe lights on either side of Nico, flashing slowly but at slightly different speeds. Having two strobes that are out of sync with each other is a good way to give the illusion of light dancing around the room. Make sure you check out our electricity tricks episode for more information.
We loosely tracked each of Nico's hands and attached some of the lightning blast effects from Footage Crate. These were made in Cinema 4D using a free Python lightning generator provided freely online by Crot Monster.
Scariest monster of them all.
True. We'll put a link down below.
This thing's really awesome and really easy to use. You can adjust how many duplicates or how many bolts you want or how crazy the lightning will be and even how subdivided the splines are, the thickness of the lightning, and even the seeds. The seeds, Chris.
The seeds.
So we made a few duplicates and we changed the seed values and the thickness as well as the color on some of them to get the look that we wanted. As we said, these are going to be available on Footage Crate. We're going to have 4K renders for the pro users, and we'll make sure there's a little something special for you basic users as well.
Yeah, everybody gets a little thing. Coloring the footage blue gives the impression that the lighting is so dang bright and powerful that it is completely taken over the room. We also overlaid some of our real lens flares to help tie everything together and make the whole thing look a bit more realistic. If you haven't used these before, give them a shot. We love to use them.
Love them. Use them every day.
Yeah, love them, use them.
Love them, use them. Let's move on to this wide shot. The landscape was assembled mostly using set extensions from Graphics Crate, as well as some footage of like a rundown truck. I don't know, I thought it would be funny, I guess. The background sky was pieced together using a bunch of these storm cloud overlays, which are available in the natural elements section on Footage Crate.
The center lightning bolt was the basic lightning effect with a really low amplitude and speed. Kind of like this. Boom. Tsk, boom, tsk, boom, tsk, boom, tsk. Keeping it subtle helps sell the idea that it's really big, but we're really far away. Check out our giant tutorial for more information on that. Rather than just keyframing the endpoint, we animated the lightning on using a linear wipe effect. More instances of the lightning effect can be used to add branching, shooting off into the sky.
The ships are rendered with Element 3D. The models are on Render Crate. We used a bunch of the USS Space Crate ships as well as a few UFOs. We're using a ring-shaped particle replicator for this with the scatter turned up and some animated position noise to make them move just a little bit. There are also some blue spotlights in the center to make them more look like they're being lit by the lightning.
To cast light onto the ground, we made a duplicate of the landscape layer and applied CC plastic. We animated the light height to make it look like the light source was moving as the lightning bolts got taller. Also, we put a wiggle expression on the light direction to make it dance around a little bit. Go ahead and boogie. We tinted this layer blue, of course, and added it back in.
Over everything, we put a big lens flare in the middle. We used Knoll Light Factory for this, but of course, there's also optical flares and even the default lens flare effect if you're in a pinch, although I recommend using something else if you have it. Just being honest.
This super cool close-up shot of the ships used a similar technique. Once again, the ships are rendered with Element 3D, but the main hero ship is animated using a group knoll. The big lightning tower in the back is just made of many more instances of the lightning effect.
Here's a trick for that. Make a new comp, but make it taller than it is wide. Add a new solid with the lightning effect and set up the settings how you want them to look. Again, we went with some subtle movement. Set the random seed to 50.
50.
Yeah, alt-click that stopwatch and add the expression wiggle 0,50.
50.
Yes, this is gonna make it move 0 times a second, basically not at all. I mean, literally not at all, but it's gonna pick a random value between 0 and 100.
On D.
Next, on the position value of the layer, right-click it and select Separate Dimensions. Now on the X position, add the expression wiggle 0,
50.
Now the layer is gonna jump either to the left or the right by a value of
50.
pixels or less. Lastly, turn the opacity down to
50.
and add the expression wiggle 0,
Comma. You tricked me up.
0,50.
50.
Now the expression will randomly be some value between 0 and 100. Now for the fun part, just duplicate the layer and do it again, 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 and again, and again. Each value that has the wiggle expression will now be randomized, and what you're gonna end up with is a super detailed column of lightning. But it actually took very little effort.
I know he still says opacity instead of opacity. I've tried. Just let it go. Move on, people. When the USS Space Crate gets hit by lightning, we're gonna want some lightning to surround the ship. On Footage Crate, do a search for super lightning and you'll find a bunch of really cool Thor-looking lightning bolts. Download a few. Bring them into After Effects and in the element effect, add them as custom texture maps. Open up the element interface and add a plane and give it some more segments. We went with 50 in the X and Y. For the texture, start with the flat color preset, but change the diffuse color to white and add in one of the custom texture maps as the diffuse texture. Also, scroll all the way down to the bottom and enable draw back faces and change the blend mode to screen. Then you can make a bunch of these for each of your lightning textures. Make sure they're all in a different group than your ship. Close the element interface.
Back in After Effects. You gonna do that thing you usually do?
Back in After Effects.
Thank you. On whichever group you decided to use for the lightning, you can make a sphere type particle replicator and then make a group null for it and parent that group null to the ship. Under the particle look, you can enable noise deformation to make it so these lightning planes look less flat. There are other deformations you can do as well. For example, when our ship starts spinning, we turned up the twist deformation to make our lightning better match our motion.
Once again, a real lens flare over the top of everything is going to help us finish off this shot and make it awesome.
I love Production Crate, man, but
too.
I feel like I'm always just re-downloading the same effects over and over again because I'm not very organized. What can I do about that?
Bro, have I got something for you.
Have you?
The Production Crate Connect. It's a free browser extension available on Chrome, Firefox, and Opera. And what it does, Adrian, is it automatically organizes all of your downloads in your downloads folder.
No way.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys don't know who CR8 is...
You said it, CR8. I love you.
It's our new cleaning droid, and he was named via a contest, sort of, on Instagram.
Yeah.
So if you guys are sad that you didn't get to participate in that and try to come up with a better name for him, it's because you don't follow us on Instagram. So make sure to, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, CR8's part of the family now.
And so are you.
He's the leader of Production Crate.
Oh no.
CRA will lead the robot apocalypse, and I will follow him till the end. That's all for now, Craters. Make it awesome.